What I have here, if you recognize, I don't know, maybe you do or maybe you don't. I was driving home from a meeting this morning and I found this package wrapped in a tissue, and I had these little things in there. Let me zoom in a little. Here we go. Do you recognize these? You know what that is? Do you okay. Any guesses? If you guess marigolds, that's exactly what this is. Somewhere along the way, probably last fall somewhere, and why I haven't seen this in the car until today, I don't understand. I was blind, I suppose. But, hand out of the way, I found this package of marigold seed heads. I put them on the counter, or I put them actually on the table by my chair. Went in the kitchen, got a big glass of iced tea, came back in here, and the dog had them on the floor. So I don't have as many as I had to begin with, but I scooped a few of them up, got rid of most of the dog hair. There may still be a little bit left in there, but I did the best I could. Let's see if I can separate these seed heads, or separate the marigold seeds, and show you what I'm looking for, and how I can tell if the seed is ripe or if the seed is not ripe. A lot of the times you'll get this seed head, dried, looks like it's perfect, and you get it home, you plant them and none of them come up, and you wonder what in the world happened. Why didn't they come up? Well, most of the time what it is that all of the seeds in that marigold flower did not get pollinated. So, marigold is called a composite flower. It's made up of a bunch of small flowers together to make a composite of one big flower. That's why the old name for that family of plants, or not family, but I guess I forgot what class, or it's not the genus, but anyway, it was called composites. Compositae. They call it Asteraceae now, which is named after asters, and asters are composites. That's just a classic example of a composite flower. Usually you have the composite flowers, generally, but not always, have two parts. They have ray flowers and they have disc flowers. The ray flowers, trying to think about the rays of the sun. And the rays of the sun shine outward, and you can picture sun rays coming out around the sun. Then the disc flowers are like the disc of the sun itself. So the ray flowers on a sunflower seed, think of a sunflower, are the petals. The disc flowers are the yellow middle of it, or the brown middle of it. So that is in the same thing with asters. The blue petals would be the ray flowers, and the fuzzy part in the middle of it is the disc flower. You can pick off the individual petals when they're dry and on the dried seed head, and there'll be a seed underneath each petal. And then you take what's left of it, and then there'll be seeds all in there, and they're usually a little bit different shape, but they're all that same flower. So here we go. So what I have here, here's one marigold seed head, dried seed head. It's got these orange spots on the outside, are the dried flowers. These are the dried petals. What I generally do is I pinch it real tight, and then you can pull off that. You can pull off all of that. Some seeds came with that one. So see, when I pulled out those dried petals, we got some seeds with that. Pull off this. I'm not going to squeeze so tight. I'm going to pull off this petal. And we didn't get a seed with it. It broke off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these petals, these dried petals, and I'm going to throw them away. I'm getting them out of here. Anything that I know is not a seed is going out. So get these out of here. And I have some more from these other ones. I'll leave those for the moment. Now what we have left, I'm having a hard time with this. There we go. Now what we have left is just this dried seed head without the petals, and in here all of these things should be the seeds. So pull out on them. What do we have? There's the marigold seeds. See them? Can you hear them falling? That's what you want to hear. You want them to be hard enough that it causes a clink when you put it in a dish. Let me just empty the rest of them out. Okay, there's still a couple left in here. The ones on the outside. Generally, I found quite often it's the seeds are right around the outside edge that are most likely to be good, because they're the ones that will have opened first and will have had longer chance of being pollinated. So those are the first flowers that will open when those bees are active. Now this one is not. I'll show you in a minute how I know. There's some more petals that I'm going to throw away. Okay, this is good enough for right now. Look at these. Look at the seeds, and there's the black part here at the end is where the embryo is, and each seed actually has an embryo. And to be a good viable seed, it needs to be hard. You don't want it to be soft. If it bends like that, that's not a good seed. Might as well throw that one away. So what we do is you go through the whole pile of seeds and you find the ones that are good and the ones that are not good. So let's see this one. That one bends too. See that? That's not a good seed. It's black. It looks like it should be good, right? It's black. Let's bend it. Now that one doesn't bend. That's a good seed. You drop it down in here. Let you hear this. When you drop it, listen. Did you hear that? Do it again. You hear that? Okay. It's hard enough that it caused a clink. It's a little clink sound. Hear that? That's a good seed. Put that out of the way. And that's the idea. As you go through all these seeds, you've got a bunch of them, and just take it and just bend it. When I worked in the cottonseed industry, we would test each lot of seeds to find how many were viable and how many were not viable, and get a percentage. What you'd look at is you would put your thumb down on them and test how hard they were. Some of them looked like they were good. We called them poppers, because instead of being hard, they would just make a popping sound when you press down on them. None of these are good. Get some more. Piece of this stuff. Get that out of the way. We don't want that. But there's a seed. That seed might be good. You know what? When I drop these, look, they're not making a noise. That one did. Maybe, but no. See this one? Nope. Oh no. So throw these all away. That one that made a clinking noise is hard. That's a good seed. So you continue through all of these and you sort through them. And it looks like there was not good pollination on this flower. So far I've only found 2 seeds where the seeds are any good. Let me show you this too. I opened this up, and when I opened these, there's just pulled them out. They're not black. Can you see this? These are not black. You take the whole clump in your hand and bend it. None of those seeds are any good. They're the whole bunch away. Let's try these. There's just a few left in here. Take that off. Look at it and see what they look like when you pull them out. Now some of these, bend these all. There might be one or two in here that are good, maybe. That one right here might be good. Put that back in there. The other ones are not. Throw those all away. You don't have to go through every single seed. Do the same thing with this one. Pull these out. Now look at this. These stand a pretty good chance of being good. They're black. Some of them aren't. Like these right here, none of those are. So I'm going to throw those away. Put the other ones down. The same thing here with these. Let's see. Most of those are dark colored, so you can dump those out. I think they might be good. So we're down to this many seeds in this bowl, and of these, only a small percentage of these are going to be any good. So now I'm going to go I'll look through these one by one, and I'll see how many I find that actually stand any chance of germinating. I'll be back. Out of all of those, this is how many seeds. It looks like they have any chance of being viable. I have another bowl just like this that I put the ones that are not. That's how many I'm throwing away. It took a little bit of time to do it. And that kind of goes to show that maybe buying those packets of seeds are worth 50 cents or $1 or $2 if your time is valuable. Of course, everybody's time is valuable, because what I mean is if you don't have 15, 20 minutes to sit down and sort through some seeds, if it's worth it to you to pay somebody else to do it for you, and you can afford it and they're available, then fine. But if you have enough time and they're free, then go for it. I'm going to plant these seeds and see if anything comes up. I need some more marigold seeds, and these look like they're going to be a bright orange based on the color of the petals that were dried on here. Looks like they're going to be orange, so I'm getting ready to plant these. Well, I don't know if they're going to come up or not, but at least they were free. Bye, y'all. See you next time.